The sweet Gooby Guide action. Anubis, more commonly known as Gooby. We're going to be starting off with our Plague of Locusts, our first ability. This is by far the most damage that you deal at level 1. We are starting with tier 2 Bancrofts because Anubis scales extremely well. Extremely well with lifesteal. We're muting the enemy team because we of course do not want to be able to hear them laugh and spam taunting while we get stream sniped. And we'll be starting over here by the speed buff. While we're waiting for this to go ahead and start, we're going to look at Anubis passive because it is ridiculous. All of Anubis's abilities steal physical and magical protections from the target. 7 protection stolen with a max stacks of 3. And it increases Goobus's healing obtained from magical lifesteal. Increased healing per stack of 33%, max stacks of 3. These effects stack on every tick of Anubis's abilities. Sorrow also grants Anubis an additional 30% reduction to all crowd controls. So you get CC'd for less time, you lifesteal for more, and you've got built-in protection shred. He's literally got the best passive in all of Smite. So don't sit here at the speed buff for the entire time. I recommend 3 or 4 ticks of your 1, then cancel it with your right click and head over to the mid lane so you can get here quicker and get your 1 up faster. Use your 1 right there in the middle of the wave. You're gonna take some damage here, don't worry about it. You will full clear the archers and then you can safely run over to your red buff. After getting level 2, make sure you get your 3rd ability, Grasping Hands. Grasping Hands is the ability that we are going to max out first. We get our 1 first because it does have more damage, but we're going to max our 3 first because we can use our 3 and our ultimate at the same time for maximum damage efficiency. We cannot use our 1 and our ultimate at the same time, although that would be some crazy damage. Make sure you get your stun at level 3. This is going to allow you to actually connect and land all of your various damage. Got to be careful going back in here to lane. Fenrir might go for those right side harpies. Be careful when you're using your 1. You have to stand still while you're using it, which makes you a very easy target. If you're going against a god that can interrupt you, Morrigan's a fine example. Obviously, a Morrigan 1 will interrupt me out of that ability. So be careful when you're using it. At level 1, I didn't have to worry about it because she's going to have her 2 for her lane clear. But at this point in the game, she can always pop out her 1 and just stun me. So now we get that 2nd point into 3. Your level order for Anubis is going to be ulti every single time that you can get it. 3 whenever you can get it, then your 1 to max, and finally maxing out your stun. You used to max out your stun before your 1 back in the day, but they did change Anubis Mummify, which is your stun here, and it barely gives you any more stun duration. It used to go from 1 second to 2 seconds on the stun duration. Nowadays, it only goes from 1.6 to 2 seconds. It does lower the cooldown of the ability, which is nice, but you're not going to use it more than 1 time in a fight. You're basically using it once, grabbing the kill, and then getting out. So what exactly are Anubis's abilities? Anubis's 1 is just a straight up channel damage ability, nothing special, a proxy passive. Anubis's 2 is your wrap. It is this ability. It is just a stun. Your 3rd ability is damage over time at a location and a 25% slow, which is quite nice. And your ultimate is a CC immune, big fat damage tick, no CC provided on that ability. Your standard combination on Anubis is going to be on a god, 2, 3, 1 if your ultimate isn't up. So you land your 2, you put down your 3 below them so that they have got a slow underneath them when they come out of the stun, and then you pop your 1 for the extra damage while they're in the stun. If your ultimate is up, your combination is going to be 2, 3 ultimate. So it just basically depends if your ultimate's up. 2-3-1 or 2-3 ultimate. Pretty straightforward on that. Gooby's stun is not the easiest ability to hit in Smite. It does. You do have to get used to it. It's not particularly difficult, but it's not like a super wide ability. It's pretty skinny, but it does have a long range on it. Because of our passive on Anubis, this is why we build lifesteal on him. If you ever played against Anubis, which I'm sure you have, you know that you have to build anti-heal against him. Your team, the enemy team, is gonna build anti-heal. Ooh, Morgan stealth as I stunned, so her decoy took the stun. That was a good little interaction right there. That was actually kind of fun. So you could see it does in fact interrupt that. Throw a 3 over the wall. Gooby's abilities do go through walls, most of them. Ow! They have a Janus over in the duo lane. This is fine. Not worried about it at all. Just gonna back it up, back it up, back it up. I'm gonna stick around actually right here. I can full heal off of this wave. I don't really want to miss out on any XP. And if Morgan gets too greedy here, I ran out of mana by 7. Unfortunate. The good news is that we actually forced Morgan beads right there. And so even though I didn't get the kill, we did force her beads, which is still an overall win. We're gonna back it up. We've already gotten wards last time, so I'm not gonna buy any wards this time. For our boots, we are gonna go Shoes of the Magi. This build is very standard on Anubis. Bancroft's Shoes of the Magi into Typhon's Fang. There's really no reason for you not to run this build on Anubis. They're gonna build anti-heal. It's just gonna happen. But it's just so good combined with your passive that you don't really have an option to not grab these items.
Enemy missing left.
Back to talking about through walls, though. Your stun does not go through walls.
Enemy missing right.
That's the notable mention here. You can't mummify through walls. You can throw a 3 over at people, though. You can get all sorts of nice stuff. Here's a little combination. Bada bing, bada boom. Turn this right on around. I'm gonna go down here. That's fine. Nothing I can do. Morgan turned into me, gave me a nice stun. But that was a good look at the Gooby combo. Land the stun, threw down the 3. I didn't know if he was gonna jump away from me or not, so I didn't pop the ultimate right away. But then I saw that he wasn't going to, and we just got an easy kill. At level 8, I'm gonna go ahead and hold my point. I'm not gonna level up an ability. I'm gonna save that for level 9, and I'm going to get a point in my 3 and my ultimate at level 9. That way we can have the most possible damage output as soon as humanly possible. Gosh darn it. I knew she was going into the right side jungle because you can hear Morgan and stealth when she does that, but her decoy happened to walk right in front of where he had also walked. He body blocked himself on accident. Accidental, really good play. Oh, there's a Fenrir here. I'm going down. This is the scary part about Gooby. When you're against gods like Fenrir, who know that you don't have a beads up or something, there's nothing you can do because you don't have a getaway skill. Doesn't help that we're against about 3 stream snipers right now because they're sniping all of our guides in order to try to ruin the guides. It's fine. It's going to be fine. So we're still just waiting for level 9 at this point. I probably could have bought a couple more wards right here, but it's not that big of a deal. I've got my ulti back up, so if somebody comes in for me, I should be able to pop the ulti and try to live. For your Anubis skins, this is actually going to be an interesting little topic to cover. I find that some skins on Anubis are easier to hit than others. You will probably find this too. Go for your comfort level on which skins. Most people that play Anubis hate the tier 5 skin, not because it doesn't look cool, but because it in fact blocks some of the vision on your abilities. I personally think that this mech skin for Anubis is the best skin, because your ultimate turns into a little mech turret. It is actually lower to the ground, and I find that it interrupts your vision less, allowing you to hit your ulti easier. That's going to be up to your personal preference, but lots of Anubis players swear by a specific skin. That sucks. That was a good Janus rotation right there. Without that Janus rotation, that would have been a fun little 1v1 for me, but the ADC rotated on over. Let's get some more wards out, get a nice sentry ward, get a nice regular ward, start to work on our Typhon's Fang.
Sorry about that. Throw caution.
Head back on over to the mid lane. Anubis also thrives at doing objectives. Extremely good at burning the Gold Fury. You can look to do it early. Very good at burning the Fire Giant. An item that a lot of people like on Anubis, particularly newer players that you'll see get it, is Spear of the Magus. I don't personally love Spear of the Magus on Anubis. I don't like it in the form of a PvP item, but Spear of the Magus makes you do extra damage, basically, the more that you hit a target with your abilities. And so it seems like Anubis is the natural go-to. I just don't think the item is very good, but there is one very good use for Spear of the Magus on Anubis, which is burning objectives even faster.
Time to set up stealth detectors.
So if you feel like you're not participating in the PvP so much, maybe it's a couple of bad matchups for you, whatever, you can get Spear of the Magus and really just focus in on the PvE aspect of it. Because the Fire Giant and the Gold Fury are obviously not dodging your attacks, you maximize the use of the Spear, and I actually don't hate it in that situation. But as far as just like PvP damage, I would rather you just get the Typhon's Fang, the Rod of Tahuti, stuff like that. Go ahead and back it up again. We don't have a tower pretty early into this game, which is difficult for a Gooby, but we should probably look to go burn a Gold Fury soon. I've got the ulti up, I've got my abilities. I think we should probably go clear this mid wave and then go look to try to sneak a Gold Fury. We've got the sentry ward out in the bottom left, so we want to try to utilize that extra objective pressure that we bring. So we're going to clear out this wave, hope that nobody sees us as we're walking over here. That was weird. I feel like I just saw a Fenrir on my map, but I didn't see anything. See if we can't burn this while we are. Even though they've got a gank going over in the left-hand side, we're walking straight over to the Gold Fury. Boom! Burned it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just like that. That is what you're basically looking to do with the Gooby. It also helps that we have a Mercury. Mercury also known for his objective burning, particularly once he gets crit online, which he already does. He actually has a 3-stacked Rage right now, which is a really early stacking Rage for our Mercury friend. Now we got the level 12. Let's back up and get our second active. In this game, I'm going to get Blink. I like Blink and Aegis as second actives on Anubis. The Blink really allows you to go for quick kills because he has so much damage. If you get the Blink 2, 3, 1, their options are basically to beads or die. So if you know that somebody's beads is down, it's just a free kill, and it also makes it much easier to hit the 2 if you can basically blink into point blank range. Another person that you see get blink a lot on Anubis is actually Cherio. Cherio plays a lot of Anubis jungle. I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying that he does play a lot of Anubis jungle. And he always gets blink on it as well for that combination. For positioning yourself in team fights on Anubis, you've basically only got 2 options. One is make sure that you are way in the back, and when they come to dive you, throw down all of your abilities on your feet. to get as much lifesteal going as you can, get all of your damage off. Chances are, oh, that's a good beads from the Morrigan, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. That's an Aegis. He's gonna go down. There we go. You can see how easy it is to track the Anubisal in the skin with this mech skin because it's so low to the floor. You can see everything above your character. That's the reason why I like this skin so much for Anubis. It has nothing to do with anything else, the sound effects, nothing. Just strictly the fact that it's got a lower camera angle, or excuse me, it's got a higher camera angle compared to the lower portion of the Gooby. This Fenrir is about to hurt real good. I've got no abilities up that spot, and you can see him just waiting there for me as soon as that Woojer was down. So the other option that you've got on Anubis is the fight, is what we talked about with the blink, which is basically going for an immediate pickoff. So you're either sitting in the back line in team fight, waiting for your team to either bring somebody to you, like we have a Sobek, wait for Sobek to pluck somebody to me and just throw down the combination where they're gonna land, or you've got the blink option, which is basically blink into the back line, quickly kill one of their squishies, so the fight is 5v4. Then you're gonna die after it anyway, but it doesn't really matter because you've already killed one of their players, so it'll end up being a 4v4, and hopefully they waste all their abilities on you, leaving your team with their abilities open and ready to fight all of those folks that just wasted their abilities on the Gooby, who had just used all of his abilities already in order to kill the squishy. So those are your two options that you're looking for in the team fight. You can kind of farm with Anubis the way that you do on Kukulkan. Think about how Kukulkan, you basically throw out your tornado in the mid lane, and then you waddle on away and go look for jungle farm. Same concept with Anubis. You throw down your 3 in the lane. It's gonna clear the whole thing. You can just kind of walk away while that is happening. You don't have to stick around and like wait for it or anything. You throw it down, you run over to the side, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go get some farm over here. There's no farm up right now. But that's where you're looking to maximize your farm on the Goobster.
Attaining the target.
Darn you, Morrigan decoy. It's like the 4th time that Morrigan decoy has gotten wrapped. Kind of waiting for the Mercury ult.
Tower is under attack.
A good Mercury ult could get us the kill here. Although, this is a risky play of the day.
Hold it.
I knew that the Janus was gonna be there, but I missed the wrap, unfortunately.
Okay.
The idea was there, the execution was lacking. I could feel it in my bones that he was going to be sitting right there across that wall. We can still look for a fight. I don't want to use my ulti on a tanky target like that, especially with being far behind. If I was ahead and had like an ob shard or something online, probably could make that work, but not while being behind. I'm going to target the Fenrir because I'm actually really worried about his brutalizing abilities. Wow! Speaking of abilities to be worried about, how about the Morrigan turning into you over and over and over and over again? All right, we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a obsidian shard. I want all the penetration in the world for these frontline boys, for these Nike and Kukulkan who are just running at us. I've got the 10% pen from our Typhon's Fang. I'll get the ob shard for another 20% plus the extra bonus 10% on the ob shard passive, so we should be able to go ahead and burn through those guys. After that, we're going to be looking towards probably a Rod of Tahuti or a defensive item. It depends on where exactly we are in the game. I love Mantle of Discord on Anubis. I think that it's great. People come to run right around you. You're waiting on your abilities. Pow, they stun themselves. They set themselves up for a little wrap. All sorts of good things can come from that. So I do enjoy the Mantle of Discord as a defense item on the Anubis. I almost recommend getting it every game as like a 5th, 6th item. You can pretty much always fit it in to your build. Looking for somebody around here in the back line. Janus is over the wall, but I've got nothing to lose. I'm not really worth any gold. Wow, he's so fast. He's outie. He's already back to the Phoenix. I thought maybe he would stop by the tier 2, but he did not. My goodness. Okay. They got the Oni Furies. That is these red glowing camps. They're basically halfway fire minions for all intents and purposes. Morgan finally got hit by my stun, but she had her Aegis up while I was getting brutalized by Fenrir. I probably should have just switched off of the Morgan right there once she Aegis and switched on over to the Fenrir, but I was hoping that after that Aegis ran off, my last tick would be able to kill her, and she must have lived with like 25 HP. A bit of a bummer. A bit of a bummer. As always with your gods with CC, you are looking to flick of the wrist stun people. It will help you hit it a lot more often when you get used to it. So if you're looking at a Morrigan down the lane and you want to stun her, don't just look at her the entire time while you're going for the stun. Look a different direction, look slightly to the right, look slightly to the left, and then flick your mouse over to go for the stun. That way they're not constantly trying to juke away from you. Make sure you can go ahead and hit that flick. If you can get the flick down, you'll notice you start hitting a lot more of those line abilities. Really good on gods like Thanatos, Fafnir, Anubis, anybody that's got that quick line. That quick line ability. This Janus is speedy. Holy A's out. All right, let's go ahead and full heal off of this purple buff. This man is gotta go fast. Meow. There he goes. And poof, he's out of there. They might go for the fire giant. So we're just gonna sit around in case they do decide to go for it. You can attack the fire giant from behind it on Anubis. You can throw down your 3 ulti combo from behind it and try to go from the steel more safely than like directly just running head first into that pit. Put out aggressive ward right here, just in the future. See if that Morrigan or the Janus try to run through there and just blow them up as soon as possible. Portal's already down. Gold Fury's coming up soon, so all we're gonna do at this point is try to get our level 20. That Morrigan was almost in the danger zone. We've got a sentry ward right here, so I feel pretty good to move up. I'm gonna look for a Blink stun. There we go. She had her beads up again, but I don't think I have to ulti there. I do not. That's why Blink is so nice on Anubis. It really lets you look for those opportunities. Speaking of opportunities. Oh, God. Speaking of opportunities, it's the Blink boys. Woo! We going down. Yanizal, Nike Blink, Cullen, woo! It's a party in the mid lane. But that's kind of what you're hoping for on Anubis. You get that pickoff kill. You see a bunch of abilities get used on you. And then you just got to kind of hope that your team can fight into it and deal with it. I'm gonna go for that Mantle of Discord right now as my next item. Grab another Sentry Ward for the Fire Giant. One of our stream sniping friends actually brings up a good point. Shield of Thorns is a wonderful counter item to Gooby, especially when you know your opponent is going to be picking Gooby because you're watching his stream and sniping his guide. So you can pick up that Thorns, no problemo. Thorns is great because it reduces the amount of lifesteal that is happening to you, as well as it does damage on the reflection. So it is a great active to pick up if you are against a Gooby, because not only will they be life-stealing less, they'll be hitting themselves, especially if Anubis goes ahead and ultis. You can pop that. He basically has no choice but to either slap himself in the head until he's dead, or cancel out of his ulti, in which case Gooby has now canceled out of his ulti. You can probably get him that way. Oh, we almost got the Gold Fury in the back right there. Almost got it. At this point, we're down about 10k right now. So we're going to be moving into the defense stage of the game. For Gooby around the Phoenix defenses, you're going to have two purposes. One of them is clearing the way. Once again, channel your inner Kukulkan and just go ahead and throw down your 3, much like a tornado, on the wave. You throw down the 3 on the wave. You get rid of as many creeps as you can to help defend your Phoenix. Once they start to initiate, there's a great chance that they're going to be initiating on you. So go ahead, get yourself that stun off on the first person to blink in on you. Throw down your ulti. You'll probably die, but once again, the hope with Anubis is that you can get off enough damage and force people to use enough abilities before you die. You're Zeus-like in that way. You're Outpooch-like in that way. One of those gods where you're pretty much gonna die if you get any focus on you at all. So get off as much damage as you can before you reach that point. Gotta go get a little farm in left lane. We shouldn't really contest the fire giant. Sobek might be able to do something crazy over there, but I'm not gonna attempt to go over by it. I'm just gonna grab my farm. I hit my level 20. I can get myself a nice Mantle of Discord and a Sentry Ward that I already have, which is just gonna be used defensively. If they don't have their full team there, we can try to look for a pickoff. That's what we've got the blink for here. Probably not going to be able to burn through Nike, though. That's not going to be the dream target. We can throw down a Sentry Ward right here. Maybe Nike gets grabbed by the Merc. Throw down a little combo. He's going to pop the Thorns and the ultimate. I think we're kind of committed at this point. Unfortunately, the Janus ulti comes through as well on top of the Nike ult. Janus, another hard one for Anubis to go against because so many of your abilities require you to stand still. It makes you a very susceptible target to the through space and time. The good news is we did get one of their fire giants down. Forced a lot as well off of Nike, the Thorns and the ulti and a lot of that stuff. By the 25-minute marker, you're absolutely not defending tier 2 towers. Just go ahead, let tier 2 towers go. Oh no, they actually don't have the fire giant at all. They reset off the fire giant completely. That's even better. They didn't even go to do the fire giant. Even better. A better trade than I thought it was. You're really not going to defend. If you're down 10k gold plus, if you're down the fire giant, plus maybe like a couple of K, you're really not contesting tier 2s. They are super unsafe in Season 7. In prior seasons, you would defend on the tier 2 towers to try to save some gold, but just not anymore. You're really just looking for Phoenix defenses. It can be very difficult to shove Phoenixes into certain comps. As long as you've got somebody on your team that can clear creeps before they get into that Phoenix range, Gooby's not bad at that at all because of his grasping hand. So make sure you don't get picked off before the Phoenix. They might actually be doing the fire giant right now. I'm gonna go for the little combo on Morgan in the back. Unfortunate. Once again, we got so much damage off though. We forced the Morgan Aegis. Morgan went into her ulti, but she's just not going down. The Nike ult. So many abilities were used on us. Our Mantle of Discord proc stunned 3 right there. This could end up being a very good fight. Unfortunately, we're missing some autos right there. There we go. Eventually got the Janus. Oh, the Guan Yu heal didn't quite keep Mercury alive right there. That was actually exactly what we are looking to do, though. With the Anubis, we land the stun, we land the 3 ulti combo. She had her Aegis up, which meant that we couldn't quite burn through her. They send 4 people using their ults on us. We go ahead and have that Mantle of Discord proc, which stuns 3. We get our full 1 off, so we get a couple more people down to 50%, 75% health.
An enemy has been slain.
That's really exactly what you're looking to do on the goob. On the goob. I feel like my stun went right through him. There we go. We should be able to get him. There we go. We probably need to move ourselves closer to the fire giant now. It's officially time to go get over there. We've got Anubis and a Mercury, so we can actually burn this down while they've got 2 dead. We should just go for it. It's a little bit of a Hail Mary, but sometimes you gotta do that when you're down 13k. I don't have my ulti up for the secure, but I do have a sentry ward to throw over this, and we should probably look to kill the Morrigan. If we can kill the Morrigan,
Your left tower.
we're in a great spot.
Yes.
There we go. That's her beads down again. Fenrir's gonna get wrecked. He has to use his beads and his ultimate. Back to Fire Giant.
Fire giant.
We should go back to Fire.
Yes. Need healing.
My ulti's now up in 5 seconds. Janda's ulti is still gonna be a better secure than the one that I have. I wanna make sure though that I'm saving my 3 and my ulti for maximum secure potential. I'm gonna use it right when we're around 3k. Here we go. We got it. I gotta run away from the Nike in the back line right now. Janus did use his ult. We can actually fight. We can go back in on this. That's a great back pluck. And now we go ahead and shove right through the middle lane. I'm gonna see if I can't catch somebody going somewhere that they shouldn't. Maybe somebody's looking for their speed buff. No, maybe Janus comes back in from top right, heading towards mid. No, he is super safe running back over to mid. So we can just go ahead and grab this tower. We can go take a gander at... Well, actually, I think we should... Ooh, this is hard. We actually probably go for this here. This is hard because we haven't back to spend our gold yet, so we've missed out on a lot of that opportunity, but Fenrir's gonna be dead instantly. We already have the Nike dead. That's Janus beads. The Mercury ulti is gonna be good. He gets him. Oh, yeah. Trying to get back to the Morrigan. This could be the entire game, actually. Great play from Mercury right there. Attack through mid lane. Another thing that Anubis thrives at is slaying Titans, baby. Use that ulti, use that 3 on the Titan. Go ahead and stun him off. Pop your beads if you need to preemptively before using your 1 so you don't get interrupted out of it. And that's how you win a game with Gooby. Even when you're getting sniped and trolled and farmed, dude, you abuse your objective damage, burn a fire giant, get yourself a Titan, pop, 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 pop. Just like that, baby. And that is your Anubis guide with a nice 13k deficit, a W. That's how we do it. This is how we do it.